There was an old theory that our brain does not change. According to this theory, once we pass a critical development age, our brain is just like a dried clay pot and is stuck with one form only for the rest of the life. Luckily, this theory is spectacularly wrong. Rather than a dried clay pot, our brain is like muscles. Like muscles responding to exercise, our brain is responding to everything we do and everything we experience. Taking motor control, for example, we all know that the pianist has abnormally large brain representation areas for their fingers due to years of practice. Each part of our body gets mapped to a specific part of the brain. Parts that require higher motor discrimination, such as our fingers, get larger real estate in the brain. This uneven distribution of the brain space from each body part can be represented using the distorted figure here on the screen. This map and all the other brain maps are always and forever changing. This is called the neuroplasticity. My work aims to better understand how we can use neuroplasticity to bring hope and better clinical outcomes, such as motor improvement as represented in this figure, in patients with neurological disorders such as stroke. Patients with a stroke often complain that as if their brain has forgotten how to use the impaired arm. In my study, we use a highly effective rehabilitation therapy to help the brain to remember their arm through practice. Thousands of patients get significant clinical improvement after training. What's perhaps more interesting is that their brain gets remodeled. To be more specific, the brain areas that are responsible for the trained arm gets larger. This is pretty exciting. However, we still don't know what type of neuroplasticity has taken place. Could it be changes in the brain cells that are responsible for the arm function? Or could it be changes in the connections among these cells to help better using that arm? These possibilities can be investigated using novel neuroimaging techniques in my study. If we can understand this better, we may be able to harness neuroplasticity to design even better treatments. And we may be able to provide the patients with the opportunity to play a piano, even if they never did before. Thank you.